I am a memoir. I am a memoir. Going deep in the Regularverse. Going to the Regularverse.
Hello, Emily, and welcome back as we trudge back into the blah, blah, blah.
I'm so sorry about the singing, but now that I understand that it's meant to be terrible.
Yeah. Yes. Had you been thinking it was great this whole time?
I thought I was really good. I tried my best,
cry laughing.
and I thought, why do you think this is good? Like, I just can't sing like you. It's not in my key. I'm not really, that skilled up that high. Like, if it was a deeper belt, I could probably pull it off, but it just sounds terrible. And now I understand, after the first half of this album, that I actually sound better than some people who are recorded.
All right, now there's no regular moments this week. Even if she's back on Instagram, we'll just deal with that next time. Because we just can't deal.
We can't deal because we've got too many songs to get through. Because this is also, as well as doing the album, we have many bonus tracks.
Exactly. So we are going to go straight into getting the lowdown on the down low. To Del Mariah.
Getting the lowdown on the down low. Oh my God, the vocals are terrible. Who is that singer? All right, the next track on This Is Me, then. Jenny from the Block, featuring Styles P and Jada Kiss.
I thought you were going to say Jada Pinkett.
Jada Pinkett, one of the Pinkett, one of the Smith.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to do this all in one breath, but it's written by Jennifer Lopez, Joy Oliver, Mr. Deo, Samuel Barnes, Jean-Claude Olivier, Jose Fernando, Arbex, Miro, Lawrence Parker, Scott Sterling, Michael Oliver, David Stiles, Jason Peele. How many fucking people do you need to have written a song?
Where's Lauryn Hill?
No, Lauryn Hill. Produced by Oliver Rooney and Poke and Tone. It samples several songs, which is why we have so many credited writers.
Yes, that makes sense.
Including Hijack by Enoch Light and KRS-One's South Bronx and some other stuff. Yeah. It was a single.
It was.
As people know. US number 3.
Okay.
I know. I was surprised. Yeah. I was surprised that LL Cool J was a number 1.
Yeah.
But this is only a number 3. Australia, number 5.
Okay.
Like, top 10, but not amazing. And Tommy Mottola leaked this song.
Interesting.
Even though Corey Rooney and Regulo wanted I'm Glad to be the first single.
Really?
Yes. Really. They wanted some beige business.
He's even sort of going, I'm not even going to just sabotage Mariah anymore. I'm going to sabotage the person I'm sabotaging Mariah with.
Well, given that I'm Glad barely made it into the top 40 in the US, I think
true.
Tommy might have known what he was doing.
Possibly.
I mean, he was the president of the record company. Apparently, they played Jenny from the Block to Tommy, and he said, this is the single. And they both said, no, it's I'm Glad. And he goes, you guys are crazy. This is the single. I don't give a shit what you say. You're going to destroy the album if you don't listen to me.
Well, I mean,
it sounds like a reasonable man.
It's hard when they're not necessarily wrong.
I know.
Because it is a signature song.
I know.
So,
Now, I have a problem because there are 2 videos.
Oh, I did not know this.
There are 2 videos, and one of them doesn't have Styles P and Jada Kiss from LOX because obviously they've suffered enough. And the one that J-Lo's official YouTube channel made me watch was the one without them. I then went and found the one with them in it.
Oh. Fabnopsis. Don't know where Styles P and Jada Kiss are. Fabnopsis. From the Block.
Jen's back doing her dodgy surveillance OnlyFans again. Talking on the phone, having parties, making out with Ben. Then she's dancing on the street in her Dr. Harry hat and hanging out topless on a yacht.
Yes.
Going to coffee shops with Ben where it looks like she's crying, but he's just helping her with an eyelash or a contacts or some shit. She's really into this cargo pant bullshit. That was big back then, wasn't it? Who needs that many pockets?
This is actually the image I think of when I think of that time is J-Lo with all their pockets.
All the pockets.
Yeah.
And only a knee-length pant.
Yes.
It's like, that's a lot of pockets for not in higher trouser. Then Ben's undressing her on a yacht. Then Ben's filling up the car with petrol. It's like watching Keeping Up with the Beneferians. Then they're looking at themselves in an issue of Woman's Day and making out in the car. Then Jen is dancing in a regular fur coat and just undies, like they do on the block. Ben and Jen do dirty dancing in the pool where he lifts her up over his hair, just like Jennifer Grey and Patrick Swayze. Oh. Jen picks her nose. The paparazzi catch her. Then she's buying a watch for Ben and eating an icy pole.
Yummy.
Then, instead of a dance break, she does a karaoke break. This is very strange. She's just belting out in a big echoey hall. Not even this song. It's some other song. I suspect she's miming to someone else belting out whatever this is. Oh, Jen dances about at a photo shoot. Then she dances poolside for Ben. Then she gives him his present she bought earlier. Then they're dry humping on the boat. Then she's topless in her OnlyFans, but she's got some high-tech pixelating technology.
Yes.
Only $9.95 a month to get those pixels gone. Then Ben looks like he's proposing, but he's just picking up her earring off the floor. Then, to prove she's from the block still, she pulls her undies out of her butt, which we know is fake, because she has a dedicated member of staff that has to delve into the J booty to retrieve the J knickers from inside her J butt.
Oh my God. So stupid.
And apparently Ben said that appearing in this video killed his career.
Yes, and that was pre him getting back together. So now I wonder what he'd say.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the best thing I ever did.
More than the Michael Bay movies, Armageddon or Pearl Harbor. Yeah. This video is what was
It wasn't even the movie he did with J-Lo.
No.
Or the other movie he did with J-Lo.
Giggly. So my headline note on first listen, mostly annoying, but catchy.
This is actually one that I didn't really write anything for. It's just one of those songs that exists and I know it.
Yes.
And I sing it and I know the whole thing.
Yeah, of course you do.
But before we get too deep into the song, we do have some Law and Order Regular Victims Units.
Oh, Regular Victims Unit. What are you prosecuting today?
The rumour is J-Lo isn't singing on Jenny from the Block. And the fact, that is partially true.
Oh.
From what I can gather, there's not a lot of, set in stone facts here, but I've found what I could. It seems that the song was originally written by Troy Oliver, Andre Deo, and the Trackmasters, who got a singer named Natasha Ramos to do the guide vocal for J-Lo. Not unusual.
Not unusual.
There is a demo of this, so I have heard it. Right. It is a little bit different, not very different in the lyrics, but a little bit. So I think J-Lo's came in, made some tweaks going, this kind of suits me better, and that's where she's got her one word, one third.
This is about my life, because I am Jenny from the block, and let me tell you what it was like being on the block. I don't remember, because I ran away from home at the age of 18.
The 6th train, which is how I got here today.
Yeah. But I ran away from home, even though I was an adult at the time. I ran away.
Then once the track...
I ran from the block.
On the 6th. It seems that once the track was mixed, as often happens in J-Lo songs, many of Natasha's vocals were kept on in the BVs and more obviously in the chorus. Now, Natasha supposedly retired from singing in 2015.
Right.
But then stated on Twitter in 2019. Because people were really bringing it up, and when I listened to the demo, I was like, "Oh, that's Natasha Ramos. That is not J-Lo." But then I had to listen again, and I was like, "Is she buried in there?" It is 100% J-Lo on the verses. The verses are very different vocally. In fact, I actually kind of prefer what J-Lo does on the verses because it's a little more sing-talky, which she's not bad at. But the actual singing, exactly, the actual singing is
preferable.
99/100%. Natasha's vocal, and I'm like, I was just trying to listen between the two, going, have they sandwiched J-Lo in the middle like they did on some of those other Ashanti songs? Because Natasha does sound like J-Lo if she could sing.
Yeah. If she could
so
sing.
It was like, oh, I can't tell. But this is from Natasha's Twitter. She said, I just want to clarify something. J-Lo did indeed go into the studio and lay down some vocals over mine. So I wouldn't say she's so much lip syncing, because I think that must have been what people were saying. However, the backgrounds are predominantly me, some ad-libs and laughs as well. She does describe J-Lo as so awesome, super nice and funny. Then when the follower theorised that the demo vocalists are often kept in J-Lo tracks because the label/producers don't believe she has a strong enough voice on her own, Natasha said her, as in J-Lo, and Corey Rooney loved my voice on the record and asked me to sing the background vocals on more songs for the album. I don't know if they felt she didn't sing well enough. I just know for someone as busy as J-Lo, it would make life a lot easier to have someone else on BGVs. A lot of artists do it. And then in response to a tweet where someone said that J-Lo should not be as famous for work she never did, Natasha responded, well, that's a little harsh. J-Lo is one of the hardest working women in the business. In my opinion, she deserves her success. I just deserved more from that project too. She said that's on the label, not J-Lo, but she said it's all kind of history at this point. But she basically goes on to say she kind of got stuck with the shitty end of the stick when it came to pay on that. But she says she did try to claim more, but there's a statute of limitations. But please don't stop listening, because now she's starting to get streaming royalties. So don't run away from it, because she will get royalties.
She'll get something at some point.
And she was credited.
Right.
But it was just one of those things where, again, it's like J-Lo singing Jenny from the Block really low down, but it's like, come on, it's Jenny from the Block. And I've seen her live. I've seen her sing this song. There was really, keep Natasha in the BVs, but turn J-Lo up, because it's her fucking signature hit. Put her on there. So,
I know.
Personally, I was a bit miffed, more so than other songs, because it's about you apparently being from the Block and your name is Jenny.
Well, the song was released,
right,
all of a sudden. It was not meant to come out until after the album had been I don't think the album was finished. Tommy leaked this to one radio station, and then a whole bunch of radio stations and networks started playing it, and then it was we have to release the single now. So they quickly released it and quickly made a video.
Yes.
And so it was released in September, when it was not meant to come out for at least another year.
Wow.
So I think there was maybe some work yet to be done.
Yeah, possibly.
I
won't be so mad then.
Bumping up someone's vocals over someone else's.
Yeah, because she does sing this one. It's not a hard song to sing.
Yeah.
She can do it.
So I reckon maybe they were probably going, we'll get her to do one more pass of the vocals and see if she can actually sing it this time. She's had 7 goes and they've all been terrible. But yeah, it was rushed out. It was leaked. Tommy leaked it, and who knows if it was even the final version.
Yeah, very possible.
And now this is just the one that everyone's stuck with.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tommy wanted that to be the single. They didn't want to release it. He could see Mariah had an album coming out, and so it was I'm going to pull the pin on this now, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to destroy my ex-wife. Which
is really interesting, because at this point in both their careers, it seems Mariah's moved on. Even J-Lo doesn't seem that interested. She's established.
Her butterfly
exactly. But she doesn't need this
Christmas
anymore.
Outfit.
She's J-Lo at this point. She doesn't really need all that.
Yeah.
So it's she's probably just I just want to sing with LL Cool J, maybe.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know why Tommy was holding on to it still.
So
that's what Still is about.
Yeah.
It's not.
Still.
It's about...
Still?
Oh, okay.
Still, Tommy?
All right, I'll wear the fucking butterfly.
So about the song, this is a great chorus.
It is.
I will admit that. Styles P and Jadakiss, their contributions are great. The rest is dire. And I do ask, is she singing? Is she rapping? Is this some kind of, please believe me, I'm still down to earth memoir?
Oh, I don't believe any of it.
No.
But I don't mind J-Lo doing a bit of a sing rap, because it means she's not as pitchy.
So I heard a horror story the other day. Now, this is gossip. This may not be true, but it's someone who works on interview shows and knew someone who worked on Michael Parkinson's show.
Okay.
And apparently someone who's just like that, she's just from the block, came on
someone regular,
and through this diva demandy fit, having the dressing room repainted, special kinds of food, all this but completely refitting the whole thing. It was diva central, vetoing questions, can't ask that, can't do this, all of that shit, and then gave him the first question he had to ask before he could ask anything else.
Oh.
Which was, you're just like a regular person. Like, you just, a lot of people come in here demanding things and you just turn up and you're really, which is a complete lie. Like, he had to say, you're just like a regular person. So what I think is going on, I think what happens is, we see Mariah. She's me, needy. Like, I'm a diva. I'm humongous, everything. I think in real life, none of that is true. I think she sits around in her tracksuit, which is, like whenever you see her, she's like fully made up because it's like, I can't have anyone see me look like I normally look. So I've got to be Mariah. Because she even talks in the book about being Mariah.
Yes.
Like acting like Mariah. And that is a persona. And the real Mariah is probably a smaller, quieter, fun person to hang around with. Whereas I think all of this is the lady doth protest too much.
A little bit. Possibly.
I think it's a lot of, I'm just regular from the block. I mean, I've just got an Hermes blanket strewn across
Who does it?
Across my massage table in a tent while I'm making a Netflix movie and Mrs. Affleck written up there. The crew made that for me.
Yeah,
I just don't know where that
here.
came from. I came here on the 6th. Yeah. So I just don't believe any of the lyrics in this for a second. I think this is all bullshit.
It probably is. I think it's one of those things where it's like, I've never really read that much into it. She sings about Oprah, so I'm happy.
Yeah, it just feels like, don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block. I mean, you were not.
But, I mean, maybe
I don't think you ever were.
But she was always this version of that.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm still the same horrible person you remember. Remember when I was a vile cunt? I'm still her.
Because I don't know. I work with someone who is, horrific to people on television and is
lovely.
The most delightful person in the world.
And you also work with someone the
office.
opposite.
I have worked with someone who's the nicest person on television and is a cunt in the office. So maybe I'm applying that to this situation.
Possibly.
But because Mariah seems so contrived in all of that stuff, it feels like she's playing a game.
Yeah.
And the real Mariah is underneath all that having a giggle. Whereas I think the person Mariah is pretending to be is the person J-Lo actually is. Anyway, that's what I got from this song.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever gone into the authenticity. It's more just like, I'm Jenny from the block too. Like, are we all Jenny from the block? That's right. I'm still who I've always been.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
That is.
It's just one of those songs that I feel like it just arrived fully formed and I sing along to it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
I didn't even really assess it as we did it. I was like, it's Jenny from the block. Great.
It's Jenny from the block. Yeah. It's a cultural moment.
Yeah.
As opposed to an enjoyable song.
Sure.
But it's a great chorus.
Yes.
And the production is really slick and I really enjoy it. I just and apart from the fact that it's built around her and her persona, I just don't believe she had anything to do with it. Yeah.
It's fine.
But also I don't believe she had much to do with this song.
No, I don't. No,
I don't other than
think so either.
writing a list of things that had happened to her in her life and going, put that in the song.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk through it because there's no melody that goes with this.
Once,
yeah.
And now we're getting married. You gave me a poo ring, green.
A poo ring. So, I'm real. What percentage do you think she sang?
Like mid-low, like 40% maybe.
Yeah, I think it's pretty low. As you said, that those choruses, she is nowhere near those choruses.
She's definitely the verse. Not so sure.
Yeah, but the verse is bad. Like the choruses are
the verse,
great.
But the
chorus is amazing and just got nothing to do with her. And also, she has nothing to do with the Styles P. Jadakiss. Anyway, and what are you giving this? A pro-low or a no-low?
I have to give it a pro-low legally. I don't think I cannot because I've sung it too many times in the car.
Yeah.
So I think I'm obliged to give it a pro-low.
Yeah, look, I think, she's so processed on this album. Like, her voice is so pushed. I'm no-low. Like,
really?
It's a great chorus. Styles P and Jadakiss, but just the inauthenticity of it. It's like ironically inauthentic because she's trying to say, look how authentic I am. And I'm like, I don't believe
That's
you.
why I like it, though.
I don't believe you for a second. Stop lying to me. She lied to me through song.
It's the height of comedy.
Turns
out
meant
she's a
to be.
comedic genius.
Yeah, look, the chorus is catchy and I enjoy that,
Yeah.
but
I have to remind myself of this next song.
I really hate it. Anyway, on to Again.
Yes.
Sadly, not the Janet Jackson song Again, which I absolutely adore because she cries at the end.
You're probably glad that it's not that.
I'm very glad. Written by Jennifer Lopez, Corey Rooney, Troy Oliver, and Reggie Hamlet. Produced by Troy Oliver and Reggie Hamlet and Corey Rooney. And my headline on first listen, tolerable at best, but not for 6 minutes.
No, it is 6 minutes, isn't it?
It's a 6 minutes, 5:45 or something.
Yeah.
Look, I will say, in its favour, this is better than some of her previous attempts at ballads.
Absolutely.
If this is indeed her. She seems to be on pitch here, which is why I'm doubting it. But I suspect she's getting some digital help, and they're using that weird electronic saxophone noise that they've got as an instrument to mask the points where the pitch shifting is really obvious.
Sure.
Like that weird saxophone sounds like the that they've got in the mix. It sounds like the same noise that Cher's voice makes in Believe. And it's like, is that meant to hide the pitch shifting from us? Like,
Cher was just in the other room.
Yeah.
And they just accidentally picked her up.
Also, you know what I also like? She's not trying to hit notes she can't.
No,
Like,
I agree.
All of this is sitting fairly centrally in like her register. Like it's just, she's not going anywhere hard. And she's not attempting to belt or be too breathy.
She does whisper. And I know you enjoy a J-Lo whisper.
I do enjoy a J-Lo whisper.
How did you feel?
Look, you know what? I think this song is what it would sound like if Beige could sing. Like the cover of the album is beige, the production on this is beige, the music is beige. Like if you took her vocals out, and this song would be right at home in an elevator. But no one's ever been on a 6-minute elevator ride.
No.
So it's too long.
No, just J-Lo up to her penthouse.
Yeah. Like,
she's still Jenny from the block.
She's still Jenny from the block, all the way to the penthouse for 6 minutes.
I'm
while
on the
this
block. I'm
music...
just at the top of it.
Yeah, maybe she just started singing along to whatever was playing in the elevator, and they went, "Oh, that sounds good. We'll just get that." Yeah. But yeah, I find this just unmemorable.
Yeah, it's the first one that I've had to go back to and go, "What is this one again?"
And it's not awful.
No,
it's just
that's literally the first sentence is that a piano? Number one, and then okay, so once again, this isn't awful.
No.
I said there are some moments where the vocals are borderline, but they never tip over into bad.
Yeah.
I said she's staying in the lanes with some help from Melodyne.
Yeah, there's a lot of help on here, isn't there? Like it's too much on pitch for it to be actually her. Which is a sad thing to say.
I did say, it is almost 6 minutes, and I didn't scream and rip my headphones out.
No, that's good for you.
It was maybe some similarities to Dear Ben, where there's some cheese in there, but this is a Coles brand brie.
Yeah,
like it's a little bit nicer.
Yeah,
I think when I listen to something like this, if I'm comparing this to a Mariah album, I'm like, cut this goes.
Yeah.
But if I'm comparing it to a J-Lo album, I'm like, this is a perfectly fine little track on the album. Great.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get to the I'm real part just because of what I've just read in my notes.
What percentage did you think she sang?
So I've split this
I'm
one.
Real. High, low, mid, low, low.
Yeah. I've split this one. I've written high, low. I said it's 80% her and 20% Melodyne smacking her into key. Let's like fucking get in there. I'm tired. It's been a long day. Get the fuck in there.
Yeah.
We've been in a lift for 6 minutes.
I'm mid-low to low-low. Like I feel like what there is of her is maybe fiddled with somewhat. And are you pro-low or no-low?
This is a light. This is a pro-light. It's like, I don't hate this.
Yeah.
It's not my wedding song.
No.
No, that's Dear Ben. Can you imagine?
Do you think she sang that at the wedding?
One of them sang at the wedding. I think he read something like a letter. I think that's coming up on a blog.
Oh, okay.
But something like he read something that was from fucking one of his movies.
Yeah.
And it was not okay. So I think it's mostly her.
Yeah.
Plus Melodyne. And then I'm Prolo Light. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I don't love it.
I'm no low, but I'm bordering on pro.
Yeah, if this one came on instead of Dear Ben, you'd go this one.
Yeah.
You'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
It's not...
But I also wonder if
offensive.
I've just been beaten down by how regular this entire album, and now I'm just like, oh, yeah, sure.
I think a bit of that, but that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, if we've got to be here, at least have something mildly tolerable.
For 6 minutes.
I am pleased, though. At least the piano intro was a good 45 seconds of that.
Yeah.
So it does help cut it down.
Yeah. It's still not as much her as we needed. Are you ready for the next track?
I am. I'm not sure you are.
I am not. But I'm going to go there anyway. It's You Belong to Me.
Yes.
Written by Carly Simon and Michael McDonald. Produced by Rooney and Shay. It's a cover.
It is. Yeah. I found that out after.
What is she doing? Look, before I give you my verdict, can you please tell me how you feel about You Belong to Me? Because I have some very strong emotions.
So I listened to this not knowing it was a cover. When it started, I was like, "Ooh, Latin flavour. We're getting some Latin flavour." And then it decided that it got washed off the ramen noodles and walked away.
Yeah.
It was like, I am not doing your 2-minute noodles flavour. I'm fucking off.
Yeah.
You washed me after you put the flavour on and now you're in trouble.
Yeah.
I then went and listened to the real song. The real song's great.
The Carly Simon or the Doobie Brothers?
The Carly Simon.
The Doobie Brothers is even better than Carly Simon.
I'll have to go listen.
Believe it or not. Because Michael McDonald's just got such a beautiful falsetto voice. Like, it is just spectacular.
Now that you're mentioning it, I'm like, yeah, I think I actually have heard it. So I like the idea of this. I think had they have gone full J-Lo Latin flavour,
yes,
this could have been really great. They just forgot.
Yeah.
I said, you know, there's some sure vocal moments. I wish it was funkier. Because it could... I think that would have made all the difference. If it was like, oh, J-Lo has a great version of this song where she really goes for it.
Yeah.
You know, production-wise. I'd be like, yeah. I said there was one long note that she tried to hit, gave up halfway through, then pretended she didn't.
Like when you try to reverse park and then go, oh, no, actually, I meant to park over there.
Yeah. I just think this is a missed opportunity. I think that's the issue. It's not that it's, oh my God, this is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life, because it's a good song and they had a good idea.
Yeah.
They just didn't commit to it. And I'm like, again, give me the damn stems and I'll fix it. And then you'd have a fun J-Lo album cover.
So the thing I find most ironic about this is that the Doobie Brothers version... Because the Doobie Brothers is Michael McDonald and then that spectacular backing vocal, and they really work in sync. And there are so many songs where J-Lo and the backing vocals are at war.
Yeah.
And that could have been done in this instance.
Yes, yeah.
That could have really worked if they'd followed the way the Doobie Brothers version works. The Carly Simon version, also amazing, but it's more just her.
Yes.
There's not so much of backing vocals in her version.
Heard the Doobie Brothers version, I was thinking when I went to the Carly one, I was like, oh, I would like this funkier. So, again, they nearly thought about it and then just forgot.
So I said a cover, What Is She Doing? This was a Doobie Brothers song that Carly Simon also recorded, and hearing Jennifer thinking she can match either of their vocals is one of the most excruciating experiences I have ever had. I applaud her for trying to get out of her sandbox where she spent all of the last song, but maybe not on a song that other people have done so much better before. Why can't she put this much effort into one of her allegedly original songs? Anyway, if I'm ranking versions, the Doobie Brothers is number 1. Carly Simon is number 2. About 360 cruise ship pianists in between. And then Regular. Okay. The best thing I can say about this is that it's only 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah. That is one thing about most of the album.
Every song is, apart from that ballad,
6,
is like under 4 minutes.
Yeah, we love it.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
So I'm Real. What percentage of the song did she sing? High, low, mid, low?
I've written
low.
Sort of high to mid. I thought maybe 65-70% with some cushioning.
Yeah.
You know, there's definitely some people helping her out.
I said the background vocals are not her, mid-low, and there's a lot of processing on the notes that she's going for.
Then she parks somewhere else.
Yeah, like seriously, when she goes for that note and it's just like, like it's like they're trying so hard to keep it wherever it needs to go, and then
they don't know where it's going.
Yeah, and then it disappears. And pro low or no low?
The song. I was like, this is fun.
It's a great song.
Yeah, the version. I'm somewhere in the awe. I think it's because I like the idea of it.
Yeah.
The actual, end result, I'd probably just go listen to the other versions.
I think when
if it comes on, I'd be like, oh, I want to listen to this song, but the other one.
Look, a song that's written by Carly Simon and Michael McDonald has been sung by both of them separately.
Yeah.
Just like two of the best vocalists who've ever, and best songwriters ever. And then Jenna, like I feel like it should be against the law.
And you would think
for someone who can't sing to be
people
able to
doing this
recover
would know that. So they should be going, okay, well then we are going to make it a sparkly Latin infused JLo version.
Yeah.
And it could have been really fun.
It could have been great.
And I think that's my biggest gripe with it.
I feel like a lot of the production on this album is just like, oh yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
Like it feels like, anyway.
Which now that we know it was rushed out does make a lot of sense.
Oh, not only rushed out, but recorded in a fortnight.
Yeah.
Like, by the way, this is a no-low for me.
Okay.
By the way, I've realised I've been no-low all the way. Like I've come close to pro. But I've never tipped over. All right. Oh my God, there's still more songs. The next song is I've Been Thinking.
Oh, I skipped that. We may end up in a third short episode.
Could end up in a third episode. I've Been Thinking. Our next song is I've Been Thinking, written by Jennifer Lopez, Corey Rooney, Dan Shea, produced by Rooney and Shea. And as for first reactions, I feel like I need a chalkboard with a column for awful and one for annoying. This is not awful, but it is annoying. I said there's a decent song in here somewhere, but the vocals ruin it. I like the guitar, the sparse production, but her voice is just not interesting. It's like listening to someone complain in tune. The lyrics seem to be sweet, but the vocal is whiny. It's like a weird counterpoint. Like it's a bad choice.
Yeah.
You know when you have like a kind of an upbeat song that's about a breakup, or you have a slow song that's about a joyous moment, and you're like, those counterpoints are like, they can really work.
Yeah.
But the counterpoint of a dull song about someone complaining at the shops is... or sung like someone's complaining at the shops.
While
like
they're waiting to get dubbed off.
Yeah. It just... it's not... Yeah, I hate it.
I think it's particularly probably frustrating. Obviously, I don't know how you feel about the next song, but I think the next song does that better. Like that, this kind of joyful bliss is better on the next song.
How did you feel about I've Been Thinking?
I kind of agree. I wrote that this is we're fully in copy paste area here. I said it's a fine song. She sounds okay. Nothing exciting, but I'm not offended. She feels like she showed up. I do believe she wrote this.
Yes.
Maybe not all of it, I said, but maybe she had a pen in hand. She's like, I'm here. It's fine. Didn't hate it. It's probably one of the ones that I don't really remember. But if it comes on, like hearing it now, I'm not going, like I am with some of the other songs.
Yeah. I will say, if being in love makes you make this kind of record, maybe don't be in love ever again.
Yeah.
Like I'm terrified at the thought that she's doing a sequel to this album at the moment. How awful. I'm Real. What percentage of the song did she sing?
I think it's most of it. I rate high, low, 90%.
Yeah, I had like high to mid.
Yeah.
Like it, that whininess. I'm just like, well, you can't fake that.
No, that's all her.
Like that's just. But why wouldn't they fix it?
I'm not sure. I believe that she's been thinking.
No, that's true. But why wouldn't they fix it? Like it just sounds like it's. Because it's not an awful song, but it is annoying. Yeah. I don't understand how that works.
I think you might just be really annoyed by this point in the album.
I think
some of that might be the baggage you brought.
I've filled up my bags at LL Cool J's house with how much I hate all these songs.
You also emptied your bags at LL Cool J's house.
Well, that's a different bag that I emptied. You can't record this podcast in a full bag of clay. What about Prolo or no low?
This is a very light Prolo.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not going, my fave JLo song? I've been thinking.
Yeah, no.
It's more like, oh, it's on in the elevator and it's
You are
pleasant.
a pro-low piece of shit.
I am a pro-low piece of shit.
I'm no low. I'm just like all across the board so far. No. But yeah, there is a decent song in there somewhere. It's just not hers. Are you ready for Baby I Love the Letter U! Exclamation mark.
Yes, you. Always.
Written by Lopez, Rooney, Shea, and John Barry, who is one of the greatest film scorers of all time. The man behind Goldfinger, Diamonds Are Forever, like the James Bond sound. Like John Barry is the bomb.
And did he write a sample or he wrote?
He wrote the theme from the film Midnight Cowboy, which is played on a harmonica, and in this instance is played on a regulo. This was a single, believe it or not, and it hit the dizzying heights of the Billboard 100 of number 72.
Hit.
And in Australia, it either didn't chart or wasn't released. It doesn't appear.
So I don't want to. I'm tired.
And there is a video.
Fabnopsis. I'm not wearing makeup, but I really am Fabnopsis.
Regulo is in bed with lip gloss on. She's going to ruin those satin pillowcases. Then she's awake, but with bed hair. She seems to be singing about remembering being fingered.
Oh, God.
Her lip gloss looks like she's just eaten a whole bucket of KFC. Some of it's gotten on her nose and eyelids. This is just a lot of her giant head. And this song is horrible. Why did they release this? She does a little dance, but because the camera doesn't move from her face, she's just dropping in and out of frame. My sister's dog did a fart while this video was on, and it was really bad and a preferable experience to watching any more of this video. God. She touches her hair a lot and jiggles and says she's down on her knees, but she's still in frame, although occasionally blurry, so not on her knees. Possibly she's blurry because she's gotten KFC grease on the lens from her lip gloss. She does 1,000 head flicks as she walks down a corridor. Then she gets back in bed and flicks herself off with the doona cover. It fades back to white, and I've never been so happy that something has ended.
God.
Like, that is the fuckedest video of all time.
It was one of those, just be pretty. It was very much, like Gwen Stefani did Underneath It All, where she went from, I think, lots of makeup down to nothing, and that became the thing. Where everyone's like, I'm going to look fresh and natural.
No, but she's
I'm going to wear all lip gloss.
She's like she's got a bucket of, like, she's got eye mascara. Yeah. Like, she's got everything on. Yeah. There's nothing.
Look how fresh I am.
No, she's not fresh. She's a mouldy potato. So my headline after first listening to it, this is both awful and annoying. Finally, the combination the album has been working towards this whole time. They found the awful and annoying and they put them together and they released it as a single to underwhelming response as it deserved. How do you feel about Baby I Love You! Exclamation
specifically.
Mark. The letter U.
I think I know that this is bad and annoying, but I like it.
I hate you. I hate you too.
I don't know why. I think it's because, like, we've got this verse. Like, what I wrote is, it's a little bit different than anything else she's done. At first I wasn't sure, but I kind of get that it's meant to be a bit frenetic, which means she's acting, and so it works for me. I said the bridge was actually quite good. I said she sang by J-Lo standards.
Yes.
And I thought the little lullaby moment was kind of sweet. It's... What did I say? The ad-libs at the end weren't entirely confusing. But she gave him a red-hot crack. And I don't know, there was something about this that felt a little bit like Mariah's gone, I hear Mariah... Sorry, did I say... Wait, sorry. I hear J-Lo has gone, I hear Mariah sometimes does... a remix of Honey and just kind of ad-libs. I'm going to try that. So there's something there was something in it about this track that felt like, I don't know, she was actually in a recording booth.
Yes.
And she actually tried something.
Yes.
And so I think that's why, again, it's not Waiting for Tonight.
No.
But I enjoyed it. I think it's catchy and sweet.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So, look, again, the production's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's nice. It's pared back. It's got a lot of space in it.
It's nothing like anything else on this album as well.
The guitar, the bass, the beats, and the backing vocals. But then her cloying, talentless vocals over the top just wreck it. And the Midnight Cowboy score, John Barry's music is singular. Shirley Bassey can sing it. Jennifer Lopez cannot. I don't know. I feel like letting her sing over the top of John Barry's, and I find the harmonica an annoying instrument, but the way it's used in
Alanis Morissette just screamed.
I know. But the way it's used in this score for this film is beautiful. It's a real, because he's used to, writing for big bass notes and big brass sections. And it's just, this is a really nice pared back harmonica score, and it's beautiful. And I feel like her singing over the top of that melody, even without the instrumentation that he's chosen, her using that melody for this song is like someone spray painting a tag on the Mona Lisa, and it should be stopped. There should be a law against it.
I last night went and saw The Glass Onion.
Oh, is it good?
I wasn't sure halfway through because I love this kind of thing. And I love Knives Out. It's different.
Yes.
But somewhere about halfway through it ramps up and the fun comes in. You're like, we're safe.
Yeah.
But there is, the Mona Lisa is quite prominent.
Well, I'll wait for it to be on the Netflix, which is next week.
I just wanted to treat myself to some gold class.
Oh, God, why wouldn't you? Also, I think she needs to stop shouting over her much more talented backing vocalist.
This, I will say, I can see why this would be annoying.
She's not good enough.
A shout I don't know. There's something in it that worked for me.
Can't explain it. Again, I like that she hadn't had a crack, but she's just not good enough.
She's cracked.
Yeah, there's some really talented people singing backing vocals on this, and she's like, I can sing over that, and it's like, no, please don't. Just sing along with them like you normally do, and let them drown you out like you normally do. Anyway, what percentage did you give this in I'm Real?
I went high-low 85.
Yes, I said this is high to mid-low. It's too annoying to be anyone else. But she has been put through a machine.
Yes.
She's absolutely been processed the shit to try and make her sound less annoying, and it has not worked. And are you giving this a pro or
I'm sorry, I am.
No, you love, of course you love it.
I'm sorry.
I gave this my very first no.
Really? Triple DP of no.
Triple no, though. Oh. All right, we're up to the last song on this album, but we have many bonus tracks to go.
Yeah.
But we will try and get through this one. It's The One, version 2.
Yes.
Bonus track. Written by Jennifer Lopez,
you don't
Corey
have to
Rooney,
repeat any of that. That's the
Creed,
same song.
Deluge Bell, Rooney Deluge Cheyenne. My first response is, why is she putting us through this again?
Yeah.
She's written a new verse. Good on her. Oh, she's got her backup singers to sing the song that she's ripping off. Oh, I thought that would make it better, but now I just want to hear Marvin Gaye and Diana Ross. Maybe it would have been better as an actual sample.
Maybe.
But then we'd be hearing people who could sing while she moans and whines, and nobody wants that. Yeah. Again, all I wanted to hear was the real song.
Yeah, sure.
And I did hear the real song as the melody,
as
they sang the real song, but it didn't help me.
Okay.
And weirdly,
it was too little too late.
That is the song, after listening to this album, that's the song that is stuck in my head. The Marvin Gaye and Diana Ross song. And I'm like, that is a bad album. If the song that gets stuck in your head is a sample that you've used, that you couldn't decide whether to use the actual vocals or not, so you put on 2 fucking versions of it on the album.
Which makes no sense to me, because I think this version is much better than the other version.
Because it's got the real song in it.
Yeah, but also, she is more produced in it, but in a way that makes sense for her.
Yes.
It just sounds like they've gone, oh yeah, this is the mastered version.
Yeah.
So, I don't understand why the first one's on there at all. Oh. She's up in the chorus, but there's other things happening, so it doesn't feel like she's taken over.
Yeah.
I'm like, just do this one. It's so much more suited to her, and the song feels richer overall.
Yeah.
I don't know why the first one.
I don't get the first one either. Because you want to hear that song. You want to hear You Are Everything, Everything Is You. Like, that's the hook. And she doesn't sing it.
Again, it's like, did they just... we got this one mixed. Just pop it on at the end.
She doesn't sing it in this one, which is really annoying. Like, it's the background vocalist.
Yes.
Like, so...
I think you'd be more annoyed if she did sing it.
I probably would.
So.
Although, Diana Ross has got a really sweet voice in the same way that J-Lo does.
Yeah.
Like, we heard her do a Diana Ross cover.
Yeah.
And it was awful, but it wasn't as, excruciating as it could have been.
Exactly. It's the event.
She could have done that here, and they didn't let her.
Maybe we need to produce her next album. Oh, can you imagine?
Can you imagine? Turn Jenny all the way down and turn Adam all the way up.
Yeah, the amount of squealing and laughing.
You are everything.
Oh, no.
The other thing that I hear when I hear it is the gorgeous harmony, because it's Marvin Gaye singing the low,
sure,
Diana singing the high, and it just marries each other. Because he sings the low earlier, and she just goes over the top of it, and then she hits the actual You Are Everything, and it's just like, oh, this is like magic. Like, this is a beautiful thing, and it's this is just reminding me how she is not. She's not beautiful.
Maybe that's the one thing she is. Yeah.
No, she is beautiful to look at, but not to listen to.
No. Yeah.
There's no beautiful tone in this album, not once. So, what percentage of the song did you think she moaned and whined?
I said like mid-low, like 65 to 70.
Yeah. There's so much background vocals taking over this track. It's not okay. I'm mid to low. And pro-low or no-low?
Well, I went no-low on the other version. I was kind of pro-low on this version. Probably because of those extra layers. It's better produced. It's got the
actual melody.
Which was my favourite part, actually, now that we're talking about it. Yeah, I did.
It's the thing you remember.
This is the one I would listen to. Yeah. So pro-low.
I'm no-low on the cusp of pro.
Okay.
If only for a bunch of background vocalists singing a Marvin Gaye and, Diana Ross song. But then I feel like that has to be an actual no-low, because I'm thinking about a different song. So therefore this song has failed in that I want to hear the other one, not this one. Even though I heard a bit of it, but not enough. Oh, Jesus.
Get the fuck out of our podcast.
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out of our podcast.
Get the fuck out.
Just walk away.
Walk away.
You tacky regular bitch. Get the fuck right out of my face.
Regular bitch. Oh, you're almost home. I'm exhausted.
It's a tough slog.
It is like I didn't realise that quicksand was also beige, and I'm drowning in a beige ocean of beige singing and beige production, and a beige album cover. Like, the album cover is beige. I should have realised, looking at that picture, that there was going to be nothing interesting inside that case. This is the mystery of the internet. You don't, like, if I picked this up as a CD and looked at it, I would have gone, well, this is going to be shit. And I probably would have enjoyed it.
Oh.
Instead of going, oh, this is shit. Anyway, because we have 1,000 bonus tracks to get through, next Mariah Monday, which is not Mariah Monday because we're in the Regularverse, we're going to do a special episode. Next Mariah Monday, we're doing a regular episode, a non-regular episode. Oh my God, what? I can't even speak English anymore.
It'll be Thursday anyway, so it will be Mariah Monday next Monday.
It will be Mariah Monday next Monday, but in between, we're gonna knock one out of the regular. Just slam our dicks in the door and try and finish this.
Yeah.
So next Mariah Monday, what can people look forward to?
So we are going we're going back to a book. Is what we're doing, because we're going to go into The Christmas Princess.
Oh my God.
Some Mariah literary genius.
Oh, with Michael Angeles Davis.
Yes, bringing it firmly back into Mariah's world and the festiveness.
Oh,
so there's just a little bit more regular, and then we are back in the festive.
Yeah. So if you desperately need more regular verse in your life, there'll be some later in the week. But next Mariah Monday is Mariah Monday.
Yeah.
And it is festive.
Yes. Full festive.
Full festive.
DP festive.
You can't DP the festivities.
Mariah can. She will show us how.
I replied to her on Twitter the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, because she asked if her version of the Sleigh Bell song should be, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ding-dong-ding.
Yeah.
Should be in her concert. I'm like, I will be very angry if it's not.
Well, what does she say back?
Nothing. Because she knows.
Yeah, she doesn't want to hurt feelings.
Not to upset me.
No, exactly.
Because I'll get the shits and the hurts.
Because you will show up and you will get a boombox of regular and just play it.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling. No, I'll just turn up and sing ding-a-ling-ling-a-ding-dong. Everyone now, all together. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ding-dong-ding. Come on, Mariah, you have to join in. We started it.
The eye roll she would produce. A vocal eye roll.
The fans want it. She'll do it. Because it is amazing, her version of that song. So, yes, that's next Mariah Monday and our special event episode on later in the regular. In the Regularverse. All right. I'll see you next Mariah Monday and on your Regularverse.
Yeah. And it's just a little dip.
A dip back in.
Yeah, just our toes.
Bye, Emily.
Bye.
Me.